One reason why fans love sports so much is the moments that come from them. Players also live for these moments. Big plays, records, accolades, and players getting recognized for their talents. When it comes to memorable moments and shots, the MLB is full of them. Let's dive in and take a look at a few. Cal Ripken Jr.'s game streak. Nothing compares to being appreciated for your hard work. When Cal Ripken Jr. played in his 2,131st consecutive game for the Baltimore Orioles in 1995, that's exactly what happened. Playing in that many games in a row surpassed Lou Gehrig's record. To be able to pull off what Ripken did, you need guts, heart, skill, and a lot of luck. He batted .276 with 431 home runs in 21 seasons. Ripken's career saw him play both shortstop and third base, allowing him to play in the most consecutive games of all time. The jubilation that followed his record-breaking performance had to be the pinnacle of his career. A shot heard from around the globe. The shot heard round the world delivered one of baseball's greatest moments in the first nationally televised game. The New York Giants were down 4-1 in the ninth inning to the Brooklyn Dodgers. After the Giants scored a run to make it 4-2, Bobby Thompson stepped up to bat. The Giants won the pennant after Thompson hit a walk-off home run. Willie Mays happened to be on the Giants roster at the time. Not only does this moment live on, but it is noteworthy for a number of reasons. It was the first baseball game to be broadcast on television, and it was also broadcast over the radio to troops in Korea. The game's nickname comes from the fact that anyone who wanted to pay attention to it could. The overwhelming joy felt while watching the video is reflected in a collective effervescence. Cursed teams winning the World Series. Two, quote, cursed teams won the World Series in the 21st century, resulting in memorable moments. The 2004 Boston Red Sox had a remarkable playoff run, defeating their bitter rivals, the Yankees, and then defeating the Cardinals in the World Series to end the curse of the Bambino. It was the team's first World Series title since 1918. The Cubs hadn't won a World Series since 1908, but the 2016 team managed to do so. They were able to rejoice for the first time in almost a century after playing in a memorable World Series against the Cleveland Indians. Ruth's called shot. On October 1st, 1932, 49,986 fans packed Wrigley Field, which had been temporarily extended because the Cubs expected their World Series opponents, Babe Ruth and the Yankees, to be a big draw. The Yankees were up 2-0 in the series and would meet Chicago's Charlie Root on this Chicago day. Ruth hit a 3-run home run in the opening inning, but the Cubs rallied to tie the game at 4-4 after 4 innings. Ruth returned to the box in the 5th inning. He pointed after the first pitch, which was called a strike. The angle of Ruth's arm is still debated. Was he aiming towards Root or towards the center field bleachers? A few more pitches sailed beyond the batter's box. Ruth made a few more gestures. Ruth next smashed the ball over the center field wall for a home run, bringing the count to 2-2. He burst out laughing and did his home run trot. The Yankees went on to win 7-5 and complete the sweep of the Cubs the next day. Did he, on the other hand, call it? Root declined. Gabby Hartnett, who was on the other side of the counter, said yes. Yes, Lou Gehrig said. The Cubs' manager, Charlie Grimm, said no. 70 years have passed, and the Babe, as well as the majority of the players and fans who were at Wrigley that day, are no longer alive. However, the debate still continues. 1975 saw the MLB's first black manager. Jackie Robinson was the first African-American to enter Major League Baseball's clubhouse. Frank Robinson took over the manager's office in 1975 and declared it his own. Robinson, the legendary Reds and Orioles outfielder, was nearing the conclusion of his playing career when he received the call he had been waiting for. The Indians wanted him to manage and play for them. Robinson's employment shattered yet another major racial barrier and made national headlines in the process. Commissioner Bowie Kuhn, on the other hand, tried to downplay the incident. Cleveland, it's game day. Rachel Robinson, Jackie Robinson's widow, tosses out the first pitch. In the bottom of the first inning, Frank Robinson came to the plate. He hits a home run by deciding that leading by example is just as effective as any other method. Robinson led the Indians to their first winning season since 1968 with a 5-3 victory over the Yankees in his debut. 1955 Dodgers World Series win. After the first 2 games of the 1955 World Series, it appears that the Dodgers would have to wait till next year once more. They were down 2-0 against the Yankees, who had defeated them 4 times since World War II ended, in 1947, 1949, and 1952, and and 1953. In front of a 62,465-strong Yankee Stadium crowd, Johnny Podres, who had won Game 3, returned to the mound for Game 7. The Yankees would get 8 hits in the game, but the young pitcher would pitch a full-game shutout. In the 6th inning, a remarkable moment occurred. Brooklyn has a 2-0 advantage, with men on first and second and pull hitter Yogi Berra at the plate. Sandy Amoros, in as a defensive replacement in the left field, shades towards center. Berra, on the other hand, has other notions and moves into the opposite direction. Amoros takes to the skies. A stunning catch is made along the left field line, then throws to Pee Wee Reese, who relays to Gil Hodges at first for the double play. The Yankees' scoring threat was over and sealed the Dodgers' fate. They held on to a 2-0 advantage and defeated their dreaded crosstown rivals to win the series, their first and only World Series win. Denny McLain wins 30th game. 1968 was unquestionably the year of the pitcher. Bob Gibson, who pitched in the National League, concluded the season with a 1.12 ERA and 13 shutouts. We're not denying that Gibson is deserving of a spot on the list. We're merely arguing that Denny McLain is a little more deserving. Why? Because McLain had a 31-6 record in 1968. Since Dizzy Dean in 1934, he's the only pitcher to win more than 30 games. He also didn't require much luck, pitching 336 innings, 28 complete games, and finishing with a 1.96 ERA. A's lead 4-3 after Reggie Jackson hits 2 home runs. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Al Kaline fills in for McLain at the plate. He takes a walk and scores. Mickey Stanley reaches base and scores on Willie Horton's single to give McLain his 30th win of the season. Harvey Haddix loses despite throwing 12 immaculate innings. Take a trip back in time. The date is May 26, 1959. You've arrived at Milwaukee County Stadium to watch the Braves take on the Pirates and Harvey Haddix, a good but not outstanding pitcher acquired from the Reds after the previous season. Against Braves sluggers Hank Aaron, Eddie Matthews, and Joe Addick, he should have some trouble. You ignore Laverne and Shirley, who are shivering in the cold, wind, and rain because you're here for baseball and beer. You consider the game, assuming that today's ace pitcher will be Lou Burdett, who has a 56-29 record in the last 3 seasons. You're mistaken in your expectations. Burdett keeps the Pirates scoreless, but he does it while scattering 12 hits. Haddix, on the other hand, is pitching a masterpiece. The Pirates pitcher achieved the rarest of pitching feats, 9 innings of immaculate pitching. There are no runs, there were no hits, there will be no walks. No Brave makes it to the base. Despite this, the game remains scoreless. Extra innings will be played if necessary. Haddix continues to toss the ball. A flawless 10th, a flawless 11th, and then a flawless 12th. 36 up, 36 down for the Braves. Burdett keeps pitching, scoreless, 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th innings. Felix Mantilla then reaches on an error in the bottom of the 13th inning. The flawless game has come to an end. Matthews advances him to second base with a bunt. Hank Aaron takes the batter's box. It's pointless to confront him when the perfecto is already a thing of the past. He is entitled to a free pass. The pitch is as follows. A fly ball is hit deep right center. It's possible that the ball will be on all the time. It's vanished though. It's a double. Haddix has thrown the best game in Major League Baseball history and loses. All-time hits record broken by Peter Rose. Peter Rose is one of the sport's most divisive figures. He was a natural at hitting baseballs when he was on the field. He had 4,256 hits in his career, but his most memorable hit was 4,192, which broke Ty Cobb's record. Since his playing days, there had been a lot of bad press regarding Rose, but just now, he set a new record and left a lasting impression on his admirers. These are just some of the amazing moments MLB has given players and fans alike. Baseball, one of the biggest sports in America, has shown us some truly inspirational people over the last century. Big hitters and fast pitchers. It's what we love and what we continue to crave from the sport. Thanks for watching, guys.